Broncos, and I was 100% right, and that's because Hatchet decided to go for a 65-yard field goal when you signed a $245 million quarterback for 5 years named Russell freaking Wilson, and he did not let Russ cook. So Combs, down 16-17, 30-some seconds odd left, 4th and 5. If Hatchet would have let Russ cook, then what?
It's the right call. It's the right call to go for the field goal in that point. If you go, look, Russell Wilson did not have a great game. If you go for that on 4th and 5 and you miss it, the game's done. At least you have a 50-50 chance of your kicker making that field goal. It had the distance. It just missed. He missed it wide left. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. You put it on the leg of your kicker because it is the best chance you have of winning that game. Now, do you spike the ball? You can't even you can't even spike the ball. You've got to get in and you've got to run a play quick. To me, it was the right call. Now, I will say this is another thing that we're going back to that you and I both called when it happened. This was a terrible trade for the Denver Broncos. Thanks. It was a terrible trade for the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson just got $250 million to get outplayed by Geno Smith. Got outplayed by Geno Smith. And Geno Smith completed 82% of his passes last night. 82% of his passes last night. This is the same Geno Smith that was at West Virginia that everybody was talking about back in like 1995 when he got drafted, that he was going to be so damn good. The guy's been out of the league for basically 8 years.
He's been a backup.
He's been, right, but he's just like, no, he hasn't touched the field before last year when Russ got hurt.
Right.
He hadn't touched the field, and this guy came in and he's outplaying your $250 million quarterback that you traded for. Look, I said this when it happened. This was a bad trade. You gave up Noah Fant. You gave up, the quarterback isn't such a big deal because you didn't really give up much there. But you gained a guy who just, we've said it before, Russell Wilson's a first half quarterback. This is a guy who's good for about 7 to 8 games a year. And you put all your money and all your stake in him. If you go for it on 4th and 5, I don't even know if they make the 4th down play. They hadn't been doing and moving the ball all damn night. What makes you think they're going to do it on 1 down with no timeouts that they can't talk about?
What makes you think they're going to do that? $245 million over 5 years, 2 first-round picks, a quarterback, and Noah Fant.
Outplayed by Geno Smith, though.
They put all faith in Russell Wilson, and they publicly said, we don't trust you. We don't trust you to get 5 yards. Combs,
that's not what they did, Buck.
Yes, they publicly said, we don't trust you. It's 4th and 5. So, Combs, guess this. 63-plus yards field goals in the NFL over the last 20 years. Only 2 of them have been made. 2 out of 42 chances. So how is that a 50-50 chance that you're going to make that? That's like a 10% chance you're going to make that.
He had the leg on the kick. He had the leg. He just missed it left.
Okay.
He had plenty of leg on it.
Hey, I almost won the Powerball, but I just missed the Powerball by two numbers, right? I still missed it.
I hope you win the Powerball someday and then lose your ticket.
Yeah, I hope that too. That'd be freaking awesome, wouldn't it? But then let's look at the Denver Broncos. Combs, you said they weren't moving the ball. They had 420 total yards. On that last drive, the Seattle Seahawks were kind of on their heels. 4th and 5. Russell Wilson can probably fall forward for at least 6. I mean, come on, you have to put faith in your $245 million quarterback that you spent tons of money on, 2 first-round picks, arguably a top 5 tight end in the league in Noah Fant. Like, a guy thought he was going to be good in Denver. Last night he didn't look all that good because they had like 3 tight ends. I don't know where all those guys came from. But, hey, I mean, Hatchet, he might lose his job, Combs. Over this one choice, he might lose his job. There is head coachings out there that could possibly take his spot. And when you think about it, let's sit back and think about it. Let's ponder thoughts, right? Are you Thank you for checking out that Man Hour clip. Be sure to hit the subscribe and like button and below, and of course, share this with a couple friends. But if you like what you just saw, click right here to check out our latest video, and of course, click right here to subscribe. And as always, Man Hour Nation, rise up.